What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and I wanted to drop this video for you guys this morning because I know and I see that the market is pulling back heavily this morning. And honestly, if you look at even the 5 day, we've just seen this continuous pullback. So some of our plays were down 20, 30, some are even down 40%. So if we look at ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica, we're at $1.82 currently at the pre-market. And guys, there's just massive sell-off. People are selling their shares. A lot of panic, a lot of this news around saying, there's a stock market correction that's overdue. There's all this, again, media, like negative media sentiments that are potentially causing this pullback. So guys, again, we'll look at NMTR. Just some of the things I mentioned recently, down 7.7% in the pre-market compared to yesterday. But again, on the 5 day, significantly pulling back. CLBS, Colligious Biosciences, something that I talked about recently, from a 256 down again 12 plus the 9% in the pre-market, so 20%. Senseonics, this one is the biggest shocker to me. $5.56 at its all-time high, down pretty much 40%, including the pre-market drop from just yesterday. So guys, huge pullback, huge pullback. But what do I have up here? That is the S&P 500 index. So again, the S&P 500 is looking at the top 500 companies here in the United States. The 500 largest companies. But if you look at the overall trend, if we just look at the 5 year chart, right, we see pullbacks. That's market corrections are very healthy. It's something that is just part of the market cycle. Now, remember guys, my videos are not for financial advice by any means. I'm just trying to help people understand kind of my perspective and what I'm doing with the current market situation. So yes, there's a significant pullback. If you look here, let's just go back to 2018, for example, right? So the S&P 500 hit 2,872.87. It had a pretty decent pullback, if you see there, about 8.82%, probably even more if we zoom in. But again, a lot of people were selling on this dip, thinking that, hey, the market's not going to be recovering anytime soon. But right after that, and look, February 9th, so February 2 years ago, looks like a very similar pullback happened, and it kind of came climbing back up. Yes, more of a pullback did occur, but support was found, and then it continued to, the bull market move forward. So yes, we've been in a bull market for a really long time. If you see just the 5 year chart for the S&P, up 100% in 5 years. But over time, we see corrections. The biggest correction we've seen probably in our trading lives, because again, I've only been trading for probably less than 5 years. But if you see here, what happened from the lockdown and the pandemic scare, that was the biggest correction we've seen, a 31.81% drop in the index fund, the S&P 500 index. But guess what happened? After a sharp drop, a sharp pullback, it shot right back up with a sharp recovery. And that's kind of what I anticipate with anything that's a sharp dive. A lot of these people who have been either holding their shares or trying to find entry positions will take advantage of a drop like this. So if we just look at the 5 day here, the S&P, it's been pulling back significantly, 2-3%. But again, regardless, what we need to look at this as is potential buying opportunities. So for me, am I selling my shares? To give you guys reassurance, I'm not selling a single share from my portfolio. A lot of my friends are like, oh, I'm down a few $1,000s. On the Discord, people are panicking. They're like, I have to sell all my shares. The biggest one that everyone's been talking about is CCIV. So let's just pull up CCIV stock. And if you see here, that one had the most significant pullback. Now, if you're long on a company, if you believe in a company's fundamentals, and you realize that entire market is pulling back, it's not just a single stock that you bought, the whole market is pulling back. So what does that mean? That means that you're just getting things at a discount, potentially. So again, make your own decision, make informed decisions. If you decided to sell because you panicked and you think it's going to continue to crash, that might be a smart move. Maybe in your eyes, that's a smart move because again, you're going to see a significant pullback, believing that, hey, there's going to be a better entry point. But you know what they say, timing the market, it's never about timing the market because there's no such thing. You might say today you pulled all your money out, and guess what? Out of nowhere, a 15% increase in all our positions throughout the day today. It can happen. Is it likely? Probably not, but we don't know what the bottom's going to be. So if you're trying to time the market, oftentimes people fail that way, end up selling at a loss and buying higher than where they sold. So that's why I'm telling everyone, just be careful, be cautious, make informed decisions, make an educated decision. Don't just make it based solely off emotions. The psychology of the market is crazy. I understand a lot of people are burning, they're hurting, and I am too. I'm not gonna wake up in the morning, open my portfolio on my phone and say, wow, I'm excited about seeing such a red day. But deep down inside, I understand that volatility is part of trading. Red days, red weeks, red even months are possible, right? Right now we're seeing prices. If we just pull up Tesla, for example, that's a big one that I've been, invested in early on. I bought into Tesla at $300. It got up to $888 a share. If we look at the 1 month, look at that, almost touched $900. We're down on Tesla 25% over the last 3 weeks. 25%. Is it overbought? It was. Is this correction potentially healthy? It sure is. The PE ratio for, we always talk about the price to earnings ratio, 1.1 thousand. If you look at the fundamental markets, how stocks used to be traded way back when, to see if a company's undervalued or at its correct value, they look for a PE ratio of 10. But again, Tesla is overbought because of, people think their fundamentals are way above and beyond any other energy, EV, alternative energy type company. So guys, again, if you're someone who bought Tesla 880, 883, this is potentially time to maybe average down $665. That's a huge correction. And yes, I'm hurting from it, but I'm not worried. I'm just giving you guys this video to give you guys the sense that, for me, I'm not worried about this pullback. I'm just going to continue holding. I want to see where this goes and, potentially average down, especially for our 1K to 10K penny stock challenge. You guys know the plays that we're in: CLBS, NMTR, Zomedica. We put $500 in because I anticipated we're going to see more of a pullback because, the market's just under crazy conditions. So today might be a good day to start putting some of that $500, half the money that we haven't put in yet, into the market. That's what I'm looking at, averaging down. So now, again, with the rules of averaging down, it's wherever we got in versus where we get in now. If we put the exact same amount, it meets somewhere in the middle, which then, again, your portfolio looks less red overall over time, as long as, this correction bounces back. So as always, everyone, please be safe in the market. Everyone on the Discord, let's try not to panic too much, especially for the new investors that are in there. You could see all the experts, all the people that have been trading 5-10 years. They're like, hey, what a great sale this day, this week, this month. So again, let's just see it that way, as a potential sale, discounts on these stocks. And until next time, everybody, keep investing.